Never feared for anything, never shame but never free. A life that healed the broken heart with all that it could. Lived a life so endlessly, saw beyond what others see. I tried to heal your broken heart with all that I could.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome over here to the Dascar Phillips Cup Series Season 8 2015 here on Sport 1. We are here finally for the real big kickoff of the season. Of course, we had the shootout, Red Bull shootout a few days ago, but that was only with 14 cars, and today will be the first day that all the 42 drivers are gonna be on track. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day of the Golf Duel races. And before we get to the Golf Duel race, we want to say something because, of course, racing is dangerous. And that's always a matter, and it's always possible that drivers get injured. But nonetheless, it is very sad if a driver passes away. Last weekend, I gotta say, it was a pretty tough weekend because on Saturday, Daniel de Jong, which is a Dutch race car driver in the GP2 series, he was pretty badly injured. He crashed very hard at Spa-Francorchamps. Went off in, I think it was Blanchiment, the name of the turn. Went straight into the wall with, 150, 200 kilometers an hour. Initially they said that he was alright, but he has some pain, so he went back to the doctor, and it appears that he has a broken vertebra. So he had to undergo surgery, I think, and he has to rest now for a very long time. Also with a concussion and a bruised hand because, hard impact steering wheel and stuff. The steering wheel actually broke in that car. Can you imagine that? So all the best wishes to Daniel de Jong. And we hadn't even heard that. And I was watching the IndyCar race in the evening. And, it was a little bit later, so I skipped forward to watch all the action to still get a little bit of a recap for myself. And then at one point, suddenly there was a crash with Sage Karam. And I will tell you how I saw that. If you don't want to listen to it, just skip to where we start. I'm gonna explain what we're gonna do in a dual race, how they will be there. Pretty much exactly the same as last season with dual races 10 minutes, and that will all come later. But I was watching. I replayed it, watched back the crash, and as soon as I saw Justin Wilson hit the wall, and his car came to a rest, I immediately knew that he was unconscious because his head was hanging. So I thought initially that he must have hit Sage Karam or something at a very high speed, but he did not. And this is the fourth case since 2009 that something like this has happened. What happened? Pretty much, I know everybody knows. Justin Wilson was hit on the head with the nose cone of the car of Sage Karam. Was unconscious, very badly injured, was transported to medical center, and unfortunately on Monday he passed away. So our condolences are with Justin Wilson and, of course, the Andretti Autosports team, his family especially, but not only them, also all the fans, because we are one big family in racing, and if we lose a driver, it doesn't matter who it is, it's always very sad. But coming back on the story, that this has happened. In 2009, Felipe Massa, Formula 1 driver, got hit by a spring on his head, was badly injured, also was away for, I think, rest of the season, maybe even a year or something, I don't know. Then also that year, Henry Surtees, the son of, I don't know what the name is, but there's a big name of Surtees, of course, a very well-known racing name. Henry Surtees passed away due to being hit by a tire on his head. And then, of course, Gilles Bianchi last year, his head slammed into a crane which was working on Adrian Sutil's car, getting it out of the way. And of course he also passed away. Actually, there's another case because Maria de Villota, which was the test driver of Renault, slammed into the back of a trailer and also badly injured her head. She also passed away. And then there was Justin Wilson, who got hit by a nose cone and, yes, indeed, also passed away. So I've been saying it now for a long time, well, not very openly, but we need to have open wheel racing but closed cockpits. There's been they are actually now thinking about it as well, and of course it does take away a little bit of the magic of seeing like a race car and the helmet of the driver. But I have a feeling that safety is far more important than that. I know there might be simple solutions, just a simple brace or something or windshield on that car, but also closed cockpits. I've seen a car of that which looked pretty awesome, to be honest, pretty futuristic. I liked it. So, I would say, they are working on it. Maybe in 5 years, they said, we could see open wheel cars with a closed cockpit, and I would absolutely prefer that because, I've seen also many touring cars and also NASCAR, I think, as well, where the windshield was shattered by something, by a tire or something, or a part of a car. And think about it. If the windshield wasn't there, if it was an open car, that person might not have been alive by today. So track safety, the cars, of course, Indy cars are very safe. They're still dangerous, of course. They race with high speed around the track, but I mean, like, just Ryan Briscoe got out of his car unharmed. Everybody flipping over at Indianapolis wasn't unharmed, and of course, do mind this. James Hinchcliffe did not flip over; he just hit the wall very hard. But with a car from 10 years ago, I think he would not. I'm not sure if he would have been alive now. He was just very unlucky that part of the suspension came through the car. But the cars have been made so safe; it is very difficult to get injured or to pass away. Certainly. There's only one problem, and that is indeed the open cockpits. So I think they need to look for a solution for all the open wheel cars. And actually, you think about it, Le Mans as well. A few years back, we have all the Le Mans prototypes. All of them had a open cockpit. Now only the P2 cars have, and not only. I think there are only a few more left. So maybe we will not see open cockpits in endurance racing as well. And I gotta say, if you think about how those old Audis look like with the open cockpits, or the PC2 or the P2 cars, and if you think about the hybrid cars nowadays, the closed cockpits, the Leger, I honestly think that they even look better and they're safer. So why not? So that's my talk. Justin Wilson. Coming back of him, rest in peace. It was very tragic loss, and something which I also realized. Champ Car back in the days, 2007, came to the Netherlands. The only time they came to the Netherlands, and yes, indeed, Justin Wilson won that race. So, as far as I know, he was the only driver from the IndyCar series which I've ever seen winning with my own eyes. So, also very tragic. I've been following for him ever since he stepped in F1. So I even remember, I think he had with Fernando Alonso a big crash. I'm not 100% certain if it was he with the Jaguar at Sao Paulo, but just very tragic it is. So this race, as well as the Daytona 500, will be in honor of Justin Wilson. This race we'll just put in the description, and of course it will be the Daytona 500 in memory of Justin Wilson. So that's my 10-minute talk. Then I'm going to explain very quickly how we're going to do this. These are the dual races, and it contains 3 parts. Of course, 2 of them are the dual races, and this is a practice, which will serve as a qualifying, and that's why we always call it a practice qualifying. What happens for 15 minutes? Everybody drives around this racetrack, puts down a fast lap time. It's pretty much like F1 qualifying, and after 15 minutes, we will see who's on top of the board, and everything will be frozen. The winner will be on the pole for the Daytona 500 as long as he doesn't wreck in his dual race. The person who's in second will also be on the outside pole in the dual race as long as, or in the Daytona 500 as long as he doesn't wreck. Winner will get 5 bonus points. Person in second will get 3 bonus points. Winner will be, or all the odd finishers will be in the first dual race. So the person in first, third, fifth, seventh, and so on. And that's also the way in which they're gonna line up. So if you finish in first, you will start first. If you finish in third, you will start second. If you finish in fifth, you will start third. If you finish in seventh, you will start fourth, and so on. And then in dual race 2, of course, will all the even numbers be. So second, fourth, sixth, eighth, 10th, and so on. Also the same way of lining up. So that's for the dual races. The winner of the dual races will get 10 bonus points, and well, they will start in second then, of course, or in the second row, because of course the winners of the practice qualifying, the first and second, will be on the pole, on the front row. Well, of course, if the winner of this practice qualifying wrecks in the first dual race, then we will have somebody else on the pole, the winner of the first dual race. I hope that all makes sense. It's pretty pretty comparable to the Sprint Cup series, although we do it a little bit differently, a little bit more organized. I don't know, but they always say that this group qualifying makes no sense, but that's something which does work over here. They should see it as just a practice. So. But it serves as a qualifying, so we're gonna start first with the practice qualifying over here. So cars are rolling on to the racetrack, and we're gonna see who will be the first driver on track. 42 drivers, quite some rookies. I think I counted 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 rookies. So first one on track is not a rookie at all. And we're gonna go to... oh, of course I need to change camera. There we go. So the first car on track is over here. 04 car of Joshua Michaels, of course. Dascar president. Enjoying his beach. Damn you, Josh. Well, it's raining over here actually. Well, not raining at the moment, but... Joshua Michaels gonna be the first one to put it down on lap time. There we got Debbie Myers in the 67 car. Couple of veterans, couple of rookies. There's Betty Johnson from Australia in her second season. But this is going to be the first season because, of course, remember, she replaced Tina Anderson III after she passed away at Texas last season. And, well, then she went on to almost win the championship. So, Betty Johnson. Here we see a rookie. This is the Samoan American driver, Tua Tupola, in his Peugeot. And this is the first time that the Peugeot has ever been on track in a Philips Cup Series. So, excited for that. The 57 there of Jackson Brown. Of course, we cannot discuss everybody yet. We'll do that in the duels, of course, Daytona 500 as well. Teammate of Jackson Brown is Bastonis there. Pole sitter for the shootouts. Then we got the 33 of Leah Walker in her second season, I think. Although she got kicked out in the first time in the first season. 07 car of Mason Wood, and something I forgot to mention. Well, not forgot to mention, but I also wanted to mention it a little bit later. And there we see the rest of the cars. Damn it! I've changed a couple of numbers on cars to add them to the current field. Just to mention a couple of them. The 07 car Mason Wood. He drives the UPS car, and also the Gillette paint scheme has been added to that. Let's see who else we have. The number 9, Diana Vasquez. We've added the Jägermeister scheme to her. Nicole Chanowicz. We added the Monroe car to her. Robert Goldberg, number 22. We added the 21 IKEA reverse paint scheme to him, to his team. I always forget those last ones. Alice Hawkins, 87. We've added the Heineken paint scheme to his team. And then last but not least, I don't know who the last one was. Yeah, I'm looking. Aiden Thomas. Aiden Thomas, we've added also the GoPro scheme to him. So that's 6 drivers who have a new scheme. So currently, it seems like all cars are now on track, or almost all cars. First time Seiya has been, no, not, that's a lie, actually. And we see another couple of other drivers. There's Giancarlo Robles. We got there Diana Vasquez. So 2 teammates pretty close together. But I'm actually looking for the fastest car around. There's Lene van Dijk, of course, in her Infinity. And Jeffrey Finguy in his Dodge. Here we see a group. And we are waiting for groups to form. Because in groups, these guys are a lot faster. And you will see that this group, Anna Gregg, well, she put a lap time. Oh, actually, there's another group over here. Somewhere. There it is. And because now the 72 car of John Cittadino has taken over the top spot. But we're waiting for this group to pass across start finish line. Are they faster? No, I'm waiting. It seems like not. They're all in the top 10 though. Except for the 43. Now this group, how fast are they? Where are they? Actually, there we go. Oh, the group has been split up a little bit. That's interesting. But John Cittadino still up front. The 33 car is now in second. And third is Mason Wood. Fourth is the 32, which is in the other group. So groups are slowly but surely starting to form, and that is a good thing. We'll be following around these groups. There's the first Maserati on the racetrack. So a couple of these manufacturers making their debut, and actually we've come to there's an interesting thing over here. Another manufacturer might be new, as Lene van Dijk goes to second position and third Jeffrey Finguy. That's interesting. Renault has recently, yesterday, revealed the new Talisman estate, and there's also, of course, the sedan version. And I gotta say, it looks pretty neat. Pretty luxurious car. Reminds me a bit of the Passat, as now Mason Wood has taken over the top spot. But coming back on the Renault, that car might be coming in the Philips Cup Series pretty soon. Well, it will be, of course, be a couple of weeks at least, months maybe. We're gonna have to wait till there are more pictures of that, until the Renault is ready to be built, and then we might finally have our second or third French manufacturer after Peugeot and Citroën. So these groups are just slowly but surely, every time they come around, we have a new leader, and now it is the 33 Leah Walker up front. This is a big ass group, guys. Look at that. There are 8 cars in this group. How big is the other group? Oh, 4 cars. That's interesting. That's a real big group. Slowly but surely group. Oh, there's another group over here. This will go pretty fast as well, pretty soon. But we're gonna focus on this big group because, of course, the bigger the group, the slower the lap times. Well, the big group, if you have a group, of course, then you're gonna get faster lap times. Well, Mason Wood pulls off on pit road. Mason Wood currently in 14th. But the thing is, if the big group is a little bit bigger, a chance for a crash is also higher. So Haruka Takeda is in this group. We got Troy Kang, the Korean-American driver, John Cittadino. And back on John Cittadino, he has started the Regional Pro Cup Series. And it's, of course, I said Dascar Light, but he's named it back to Regional Pro Cup Series. So that is John Cittadino. Well, his series, that is with the people who sign up for the replacements in the Philips Cup Series. There are 10 drivers in there. Gonna battle it out in his series. So subscribe to the Utica Home Track Series channel, and you will see some fantastic racing in there as well. First race is almost gonna be up. It's gonna be a couple of more days, I think. So waiting for that. And of course, John Cittadino, also something interesting. I have thought of a new nickname, and you've probably already seen it on the Dascar Facebook page. But we have over here John Cittadino. Well, that was a good one. I thought of it in last. Yeah, Finally, the paper cut can be left, and we have John Dino. And every time I'm gonna scream it out. No, not. Probably I will just keep calling him John Dino. Or J. Joe John Dino, I will say. Oh man, that's what I mean. That's dangerous. Oh, whoa, whoa, cars go around onto the racetrack, and we have a crash over here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was expected. You already saw it coming. The 13 car over here of PJ Williams, together with the 33 car of Leah Walker, who's currently in the lead. She has currently the fastest lap time around here. Oh, look out, look out, look out, look out! Oh my goodness, that has indeed caused a little bit of trouble. And, well, great avoidance by, I think, this 99 car of Luke Walker. He went all the way on the apron. But that has screwed up their lap time, so don't think they will be very happy with that. So, 13 car PJ Williams. Let's take a look back at what happened over here. Initially, did it start with him? I think it did. Actually, yeah. This is exactly the same thing as what happened in the shootout. PJ Williams, too aggressive, gets into the 33 car, turns Leah Walker around into the 8 of Farouk Attack, who was already coming on pit road anyways. Then the 33 bounces back into the 13 car, which also happened with Chris Washer and Joseph Anasto in the shootout. And then PJ Williams goes around Jamaican driver, and well, then he continues his way. And this is where it gets tricky. Look at the 33 car. He went all the way on the apron. And I'm wondering a little bit there. We see the 6 car scraping the wall. And oh, indeed, Daniel Voyles did hit the 13 car. So, pretty messy over there. So now on pit road he is. And we're back live again. Let's see if we can find some big groups. Well, we see mostly these 2 car groups, 3 car groups as well. Single car drifting guy all alone. That's poor him. And the 2 Toyotas. Well, that's interesting. There are 2 Toyotas. Oh, there are 2 Toyotas. Yeah, there are 2 Toyotas in the field, and the 2 of them have found each other. That's interesting. It's another group. This is, I think, currently the biggest group, and I think the 70 and the 43 car have been in this group all day long so far. So, another group over here. 3 car group that is. So there you see the skid marks. And we're gonna get 3 wide. Of course, that's not gonna work. Oh, Bassanese, Ingelam Liana, and Nicole Tranowicz. Of course, 3 very experienced drivers. So, well, they will work it out. Of course, 3 wide is not a problem, except for that it's not that fast. Leigh van Dijk coming on track again. John Cittadino coming on track again. And there we see the 4 car of Philip Goldberg, one of the 3 Goldbergs in the field, of course. Ben Goldberg is in the 6 car. We've also seen him already in his Audi scraping the wall. And we got Robert Goldberg in the Volvo. There it was, the 6 car. I'm not sure where the 2 car is. Well, everybody's on track. Everybody has put out on lap time. That's good. The 22 car is in 23rd, so that's not too good. So let's see if anybody can beat that 33 of Leah Walker and the 2 car now of Aiden Thomas. Where's Aiden Thomas? Oh, I don't see him. There's the 22, by the way. Oh, he's now in the group with Prudence Lilder. Actually, I should show this as well, because this also shows the lap time, so sorry about that. So you can really see who's fast around here. Rook Attacker just came off pit road. And there's the 33 car. She's back on track again with a group, the 76 car of Harry Hills, the 51 of Sonic Course, and the 06 of Chris Washer. Well, a 48.434 is what they have to beat. Aiden Thomas is actually only 8/1000ths of a second slower. That's very close. And Lena van Dijk is currently still in 3rd. That's interesting. There she is, well, all alone on track. Of course, she made a pit stop, but a 485 was her best lap. I'm waiting and waiting for cars to improve. These guys are, well, I'm not sure if they can beat it now. Let's see. 3 cars, if they are still way slow, 40 to 49, then they're never gonna make it. So coming around 49.636. Now these guys are not really that slow or that fast. These guys are still 49s. Now this group might go faster. Now we're gonna have to pay attention to this group. Daniel Voyle is one of them. We got Jackson Brown, we got Jeffrey Finga, and we got Mason Wood. They're running in the high 48s, but maybe they can get a low 48 if they can get to these two guys and not mess around too much. These guys are also running 40. Well, this guy is 48.92 at Pola. So once again, this group is still together. It's pretty striking. First time Jaguar has been on track. Jay Stella in number 70 car. Also, she has different nationality. She is Ukraine American. Actually, or is she just Ukrainian? I should say. Doesn't sound very Ukrainian. Team owner said, but well, team owner that is Canadian Kyle Collins. But he said, well, that's just how her name is translated from Ukrainian. I gotta say, well, you can have the Ukrainian name as well. I don't know what it is, but I will try to do my best to pronounce it. I've also had a lot of trouble with Tranovic, Nicole Tranovic, but well, this group is pretty fast. We have a new leader actually. Hang on, no, new leader. It's the number 77 car. Oh, we got a big group over here. Look at this. The number 77 car of Denise Steinauer has put down the fastest lap time. And where is she? There she is. She is in the lead group, and this is the fastest group around the racetrack. 256 as well as 3 is there as well. He was in 5th. The 72 of John Ciudadino, who's in 8th. So we are starting to see some groups. Well, with 35 seconds to go, there's not a lot of time left. These groups have now caught the other group, the other two drivers, which I said, well, Philip Goldberg and Aiden Thomas. So groups around this racetrack. Who's gonna be the fastest group? Who's gonna have the fastest lap times? Not these guys. Still in the 49s, but maybe that will change. Now these guys, where are they gonna get? Still nothing has changed up front. Well, they lost a couple of drivers. Went on pit roads. Well, 47, a couple of these guys ran the fastest lap time. Mason Wood did. And the time is now up, so we're gonna have to see. I think these guys are now got on their final lap. Final lap, let's see if the time still changed. Nicole Tranovic. Probably they do not. Maybe not. Or I will have to wait a little bit longer. Now, so the times do not change, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm gonna pause it. Yeah, now it's done. So we're gonna have here the official practice results. And it seems like Denise Steinauer in the number 77 car, she is on the pole for the Daytona 500. At least as long as she finishes in her first dual race. So she'll be on the pole for dual race number 1. Ray Takeda in the number 256, your shootout winner. My goodness, she'll have even more bonus points. She already has 15 bonus points. She will now have 3 bonus points extra. That means she will be on 18 bonus points going into the Daytona 500. Already a very successful start of the season for her. Denise Steinauer, of course, will have 5 bonus points. Ray Takeda will be on the pole for dual race number 2. Leah Walker, well, was close, but not close enough. She was in the lead for quite a long time, and she will be starting second in dual race number 1. Aiden Thomas, second in dual race number 2. Elena van Dijk, third in dual race number 1. And Kyle Collins, third in dual race number 2. See where you have ended up, and, well, then you'll see where you will start and what dual race you will be. Odd numbers in dual race number 1, even numbers in dual race number 2. So that's your practice qualifying with a very fast time of Denise Steinauer. 48.047. She will be on the pole for Daytona 500 if she survives the dual race. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get ourselves ready for the dual races. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned. Dual races number 1 is about to start. gentlemen, welcome back again. We are about to go green over here at Daytona, and of course, I will take you through the starting grid pretty quickly. But I thought, well, I will do the driver intros, which will be a little bit more extended. I will do that during the big race. First, we'll go through the field over here. Denise Steinauer and Leah Walker are on the front row. Then Lena van Dijk, the best niece. We got Luke Walker here and the 13 car on the inside there, PJ Williams. Then we got Troy Kang and Jeffrey Fingai. We got over here, this is not working. We got Jackson Brown right next to Robert Goldberg. Then we got Tua Tupola and Betty Johnson. Janelle Pinsel right next to Mason Wood, that is. Oh, this is not really working. Sorry about that. I'll do it differently next time. I thought, well, I'll do it this way, but... Ladies and gentlemen, the first race, well, the second race over here in 2015 season, Phillips Cup Series Season 8 is underway. Ooh, that was a bit messy. Sorry about that, but I will do it more organized, of course, in the next time. I'll just skim through the fields. But the thing is, with these long intros, if I want to do that, it will be much longer. The video is already going to be very long, but so I thought, well, let's do the Daytona 500 then. Seems better for me, so. Oh my goodness, close racing in the back, and still we got Denise Steiner up front, but here comes Lena van Dijk in the number 30 Infinity. To the inside she goes. So Lena van Dijk, followed by Jeffrey Fingai. We see the number 22 over there. First time for a lot of these guys that they're on the track racing actually in the Phillips Cup Series with new cars as well. We know Jeffrey Fingai, for instance, well, he was also in the last few races in this car. But for example, Lena van Dijk, Robert Goldberg as well. Both rookies. We see PJ Williams. We see... well, Mason Wood is not a rookie, but he's back again after 3 seasons absence. Lena van Dijk all the way up high, and it is Robert Goldberg, the rookie, taking it to the lead in the number 22 car. Betty Johnson comes down low, a little bit more experience for her. And Mason Wood is there, Giancarlo Robles in his first start. We see James Shelley in his first start as well. And who else? We see Alex Hawkins in his first start, so a lot of rookies indeed. And that's gonna make things interesting this season. Betty Johnson leading still. We see a big group of cars in the back. And Betty Johnson leads another lap. That's lap number 2 over here in the books. Now we're on lap number 3. 21 cars. The finishing result of this will be how they line up on the inside line of the Daytona 500, except for the 77 car of Denise Steinauer, who will be on the pole. Except for when she crashes. So still a lot of unknowns, and we can still have one of these 21 drivers up front. Especially Denise Steinauer being there in mid-pack, which is not where you want to be, especially not being up high. 24 car, we see there up front Giancarlo Robles. I'm wondering actually if he's American, because it sounds a little bit... Well, just like Jane Pinter's other drivers, it sounds a little bit Mexican or Spanish for some reason. But on the other hand, Giancarlo sounds very Italian as well. So, 8 car Rukataka is right behind him. She already has a little bit more experience in that car, because she also drove the shootout. And we see the 57 car of Jackson Brown, pushed by Mitch Retz in that pretty awesome Telefonica. This is a pretty odd car. I don't know. For some reason I like it. But, well, I really seem like I'm one of the few drivers. I'm one of the few people who like it. Mitch Ratz in the number 68 car. Didn't choose it himself. He said, well, do any car. And this is close. Look out, guys. Look out. Don't crash. No. Oh, they seem to make it. Great job. Great driving there by Jackson Brown. And especially Tua Tupola for not turning Jackson Brown around. Looks like they have some great drivers in Samoa. However you pronounce it. We always say, in Dutch we say Samoa, so. Here comes Troy Kang, the Korean American, to the front. Also part of Alex Hawkins' team, just like Tua Tupola. All 3 of them are in this race, actually. 33 car as well, and the 99 car there. Working together, Leah Walker and Luke Walker. Not sure if they're brothers, sisters, or siblings, or, I don't know, whatever. Married. I don't know. But Luke Walker seems like he's now going to the front with a push from the 33 car, or the 30 car, excuse me. And things are starting to get a little bit dicey in here. Couple of different lines. When you see 2x2 by 2 or 3x3 by 3, that's always pretty organized. But when you see drivers driving in half lanes, that's when you're gonna see trouble. But so far they survive it still. 5 laps in the book, and of course there's also gonna be a question if the caution comes out. I would say now we're in about 2 laps. Now I'm not certain, but if it comes out in 2 laps, then the race is gonna be over. So maybe we're not gonna see any caution at all. So it's also a little bit guessing and staying up front as long as possible. And Troy Kang is doing just that. Lena Van Dijk coming back to the front again. Look out in the back. Drivers are getting a little bit anxious over here. More and more anxious, and so far so good. That's a good thing. Troy Kang still up front in his Volkswagen Passat in the lead. Bastianini is coming in the back, and a 22 car of Robert Goldberg also slowly but surely coming to the front. Bastianini gets her nose down low on Troy Kang, so we got a new leader now. Robert Goldberg is there as well, the 99. Coming to the front again, Luke Walker is. And there we see the 28 car of James Shelley. Also, only Shelley, Amy Shelley is not in this race. James Shelley, you start to see him more and more often in the series, and that's a good thing. I really like that. So, 2 wide up front and 3 wide in the middle. 22 car coming to the front. Robert Goldberg. When we cross the line, we'll have 3 more laps to go. And we'll see who will line up on the inside. Who will be in a favorable position. 22 car, here comes 28 of James Shelley. We see the 8 car there as well, Haruka Takeda. With 3 more laps to go. Yeah, I'm not sure. I do think you have to look somewhere between the 8, 51, 15, 17. One of those people. But of course, don't count out the 99 or the 43 car. Or the 30 car. Well, the Nietzschestein are still playing it safe in the back. Not at all. She's not in a position where you never want to be. And still everything is kind of settled down a little bit more. Oh, actually not, because I saw somebody with 2 wheels on the apron. Still they make it. Robert Goldberg in the number 22 car. And crosses the line in first, but at that point the 8 car of Haruka Takeda goes down low. She takes over the lead with 2 more laps to go. Here comes Janelle Pinsil from Jamaica to the bottom line with her champion of last season right behind her, the Nicole Tranowicz. It's not somebody you want to see in your rearview mirror. Fucking tire Mazda. But she seems like she's also going high with Janelle Pinsil. And that has allowed the 57 car to get a run? No, not. Well, yes. Ooh, sliding right in front of him. A gutsy move by Nicole Tranowicz, the champion. Of course, she will know how to race around this track. And the 15 car will still leading with 1 more lap to go. Here comes Nicole Tranowicz. A great timing. Let's see if the champ can do it around. 1 more lap with Jackson Brown right behind her. Right next to her, Jackson Brown comes. 3 wide for the lead. Jackson Brown to the inside. And the 57 car was gonna take over lead in a couple of moments, but never count out that 33 car. Here comes Leah Walker. Oh, we see cars almost getting turned around. Mitch Bretsch made contact over there. Got turned by Haruka Takeda, but they still save it. Great job by them. Here comes the 33 car of Leah Walker down low. Don't count out that 87 car. Here comes Alex Hawkins to the inside. It's gonna be a 3 wide finish possibly. Coming out of turn number 4. And Alex Hawkins in the number 87 car. He's gonna steal away win. We haven't seen him up front all race long. But he's gonna be the one crossing the line in first. And he's gonna be starting 3rd in the Daytona 500. But with 10 bonus points. What a race by Alex Hawkins. Man, talking about conservative. He was, seriously, he has been in the back in midfield all race long. I haven't seen him up front at any moment. But the electrical powered Tesla does it. Actually the only electrical car in the field. It does sound like a normal car, but electric power. It seems like electric power got that victory. And a great job by him. He will get 10 bonus points. But also very important for Denise Steinhauer over here. In the 77 car, she survived this race. So if you retire, if it says retired behind your name, you are not going to be on the pole, but where you finish, you're going to start. Well, on the inside line, that is. But Denise Steinhauer has finished in 3rd position over here, so that's a pretty great job by her. And, well, nonetheless, she will be starting on the pole for the Daytona 500. And, well, then, of course, who is going to be the question? Who will start next to her? Well, one thing is for certain, Alex Hawkins will start right behind her. In 3rd, then we got in 5th will be Mason Woods. In 7th will be Leah Walker. 9th, Haruka Takeda. 11th, Jeffrey Fingai, and so on. The rest of the starting grid you will see at the end of the video. So skip to there if you have no drivers in race 2, or if you want to watch race 2, then watch it, I would say. No cautions, which does surprise me a bit, because in the test race I did, we had the caution, but we'll see. Maybe in the second duel race we'll see if we have a caution. Not if we can get a caution, but if there will be a caution. So, then it's going to be up to the 256 of Ray Takeda to survive that race. And then make sure that she can start on the outside pole. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Alex Hawkins. Stay tuned for duel race number 2 of the Golf Duel Races Philips Cup Series Season 8. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again for the second duel race of today, the Philips Cup Series Season 8 2015 here on Sport 1. We're back. Race number 2, race number 1 was won by Alex Hawkins, and he will be starting in 3rd in the Daytona 500. I'll skim through the field pretty quickly. Row number 5 we see over here. Row number 6 and 7. Oh, this is 8 already. Then we got 9 and 10 and 11th will be only for Ingela Liana, row 11 that is. So that's how I should have done it previous time. Let's see who's gonna make it around, and after 10 laps cross the line in 1st. And let's see if the number 256 of Ray Takeda can manage to survive this race. There were no cautions in race number 1, but we'll see what will happen in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for race number 2, the dual race number 2 of the Golf Duel Races. The green flag is almost out. Here we go, here we go. Green is out. Ray Takeda leads them to the green. And it seems slow that these guys are going. I mean, they're running 124 now. Speed is climbing slowly but surely. Storming into turn number 1 and 2. And we see Kyle Collins, the Canadian, already having some, getting a run. James Pinter there as well, creeping towards the front. Aiden Thomas had a pretty terrible start, seems like. Already saw Ray Takeda pull away from him. And he's fallen back to 4th place now. And everybody behind him has been held up, so they will not be very happy with that. Well, tough luck. Here comes James Pinter to the inside. Oh, that was power move over there. Lower train going. Because, yes, indeed, it seems like it is a train. Coming out of turn number 4, who will lead the first lap today? Well, of this dual race it is. Of course, this is a first race for a couple of these drivers. For example, Jay Stella and let's see, Gabe Williams as well there as well. We see Kyle Collins, Aiden Thomas, first Philips Cup Series start for him that is. So these guys must be very excited. Who else we got over here? Bruce Littlejohn, believe it or not, has never been in the Philips Cup Series. Who else we see there? The 4 car Philip Goldberg, the 6 of Ben Goldberg as well. So these guys must be very exciting. The 44 cars, by the way, driven by Noord Smits. Damien Spander will race at the next race. So 62 car, Joseph Anesto up front. Well, he said, pretty terrible. He was the first car to retire together with Chris Roscher this season. So not very pleased with that, but oh well. Hopefully for him he can do a bit better now in this dual race with Joshua Michaels right behind him. Yeah, the speeds are building up now. 182, 181 miles per hour, so it's not as fast as the Cup cars go around nowadays, I think. Well, it's all because of the restrictor plate, which was, well, of course they made some altercations to make the cars a little bit faster. Ingela Liana, remember her, she started all the way in the back in 21st position and she has already fought her way back to 2nd place after just 2.5 laps. Aiden Thomas with the run in the number 2 car. He's gonna try to go to the inside of Ingela Liana. It doesn't work now. Harry Hills is there as well, started also in the back. The 06 Chris Warsher started in the back. And we see Kyle Collins, who started, well, pretty much pretty far towards the front. And the winner, well, with the pole sitter, the Zudul race, there she is. Well, she's all the way in the back. Taking it easy with Gabe Williams and with Jason Sinclair. Well, it's a smart move. We'll see. Maybe at the end of the race she will get a run. 76 car goes to the inside of Ingela Liana. Harry Hills with the move. And you will see now, cars, these guys are taking it, well, a little bit, making it a little bit more organized than the previous race, where we had some 3 wide racing. Now we have, well, almost 2 wide racing everywhere, except for here. Bruce Littlejohn, Daniel Voiles, and Noortje Smits. Well, now things might get a little bit amped up. Here comes Chris Washer with his Infinity on the move to the inside of Harry Hills, and Chris Washer takes over 2nd place, followed by Kyle Collins in 3rd now, and Joseph Vanessa still up front. That's pretty surprising. Seems like he has a very strong car, and, well, what are the odds? The 2 guys who crashed in the shootouts are now together 1st and 2nd. I hope for them that they don't crash this time. Would be kind of crazy if they finish now 1st and 2nd in this duel race. Well, maybe. Never counted out. Bruce Littlejohn's there as well in 3rd. And Ben Goldberg, no, actually Philip Goldberg. John Cena is there as well. And here comes Ray Takeda. That's surprising. Ray Takeda slowly but surely working her way up to the front now. Takes over 4th place from John Cittadino with the help from Gabe Williams, who was in the back together with her. And 6 laps are in the books. See the beautiful Jaguar over there. Chase Stella. Bruce Littlejohn. Can she get a run on the 06 car? No, not yet. She will slide in behind Chris Washer. And look at how spread out the field over here is. They're seriously, as compact as the race number 1 was, these guys are spread all over the racetrack. And that, of course, you think, well, that's easy. That's a lot of room for these guys. Maybe they'll survive, but, well, if people start juggling around, making sudden moves, then things might get ugly. Gabe Williams takes over 3rd place now, being followed by Joshua Michaels. And Chris Washer and Joseph Ernesto still up front. Here comes Joshua Michaels with Jay Stella. And Chris Washer, is he making a move? No. Well, almost, seems like. Gabe Williams now slides high. And Joshua Michaels takes over 3rd place. Anybody gonna make a move? For this, on the first 2, Joshua Michaels? No, Chris Washer is making the move. But can he get a run on Joseph Vanessa? Yes, he can. Here comes Chris Washer to the front. Jay Stella with a big run. In the number 70, Jack Daniels Jack. And the 6 car of Ben Goldberg is there as well. Was in the back a few months ago, and he has his teammate right behind him. Ben Goldberg and Philip Goldberg on the bottom line working together, trying to get something to happen over here. Chris Washer will go high. Jay Stella goes down low and will take over the lead in a couple of moments. Now things are starting to get exciting. Jay Stella, does she have enough speed to get to the inside of Chris Washer? Yes, she have. The 2 Goldbergs right behind her. And now everything is 2x2 and compact again up front. Also keep an eye on the 93 car of Gabe Williams. When we cross the line, we'll have 2 more laps to go. And Ben Goldberg is gonna take over the lead from Jay Stella. With Philip Goldberg now also making a move. 3 wide for the lead again. Previous race we had that with 1 lap to go. Now with 2 laps to go and everybody is suddenly 3 wide. Where did this come from? 93 car of Gabe Williams and Noortje Smits and Ingela Liana are there as well. Who's gonna make the move? 3 wide, still for the lead. Noortje Smits takes it to the inside of Gabe Williams and Philip Goldberg. And they're all over the track 3 wide. Inge Lambliana, is she gonna make the move on Noortje Smits? No, not yet. Here comes Diana Vasquez though. The white flag is out and Noortje Smits leads it at the line. One more lap around. John Cittadino is there as well. We see the 76 Harry Hills. Noortje Smits with a hungry pack of 20 cars right behind her. And she has to fight him off for 1 lap. And that is very difficult. Here comes John Cittadino. Who's gonna make the move? Is John gonna make the move? No, not yet, not yet, not yet. Harry Hills is gonna make the move? No. We see Kyle Collins coming into turn number 3. Noortje Smits, John Cittadino, Harry Hills. I think it's gonna be 1 of the 3, but the leader has the biggest chance as long as nobody makes a move, and I don't think nobody will. Here comes Noortje Smits around the last turn and into the trioval. Noortje Smits will win duel race number 2. With again no caution, that's very weird. What are the odds? I mean, I did 2 test races, 2 test races at the caution. Now we did 2 main races and no caution at all. Noortje Smits, your winner, and she will be starting in 4th position because the 256 of Ray Takeda has survived. And even though she finished, well, midfield, there she is, in 13th, she will still be the outside pulse here for the Daytona 500. Everybody can breathe against. Wow. So that's 10 bonus points for Noortje Smits. That's something she really can use. Of course, points will go to her and not, well, of course she's sharing the car with Demi Spander. But, well, there's one thing, there's a little competition between the two. So if one of them performs better, then that person is going to be full-time in the ride. And Noortje Smits making it over here, winning the duel race number 2, that's already a big step. So look at Chris Washer finishing all the way in the back. He was up front at one point. Look at Jay Stella 17th. Ben Goldberg 15th. That's surprising. So ladies and gentlemen, what you're going to see, the outside pole sitter will be Ray Takeda. She will start in 2nd. 4th position will then be for Noortje Smits. 6th, John Harry Hills will be in 8th. Cal Collins will be in 10th. 12th will be Jason Sinclair. 14th, Diana Vasquez. 16th, Jane Pinter, and so on. You'll see the full point standings in just a few moments. Congratulations to the 2 duel winners, which are the 87 car of Alex Hawkins and the 44 of Noortje Smits. Your point standings currently are 18 points for Ray Takeda. She's the points leader. Then we got 2 drivers with 10 points, which are Alex Hawkins and Noortje Smits. They're tied for 2nd, and in 3rd we got 77 of Denise Steinauer with 5 points. Ladies and gentlemen, the golf duels are over, and we're gonna see you on Saturday or Sunday this weekend for the big 550 laps around this crazy racetrack. Well, it's gonna be exciting, that's for sure. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you with the Daytona 500 over here in the Dascar Phillips Cup Series Season 8 2015 here on Sport 1.